Hello, and welcome back as Frank Mooterwood of the Valdari Interstellar Empire continues his meteoric rise to president in Perfidious Pete Plays Stellaris. And I've got some research and whatnot pending here, but you know what, Mooterwood? I'm going to go ahead and give you the okay on this one. It's okay. You continue your meteoric rise. I want you to do it. Do it. Just like Linkin Park's third studio album. You keep going. Because you know what happens to meteors, Frank? You know what happens? They burn up on re-entry. That's what. They soar too high, and then ultimately they crash and burn. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you. And I'm not just talking about, like space-based meteors. I'm actually also talking about Meteora as well, because that album fucking sucked, Chester Bennington. Where were you on that one? Thanks to you, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen almost didn't have a soundtrack for the trailer. Putting out mediocre music. I digress, though. Back to Mooterwood. It's fine, Frank. Frank is once again... We'll get back to this research. Well, you know what? Here, let's get this research out of the way. More minerals from slaves, more food output. I mean, this is okay, but it's not great. More leaders. We could reduce our leader recruitment costs. More habitability is always good. I like it. I really hate that we have had these two things forever, and it's actually going to take... I want regenerative whole tissue gone. I really, really, really just want it gone. But I don't want to spend 10 years researching it. No, you know what? I'm not doing... Here, just let's do this one. Get it out of the way. All right, Mooterwood. But it's okay, Frank. You just stay over here and keep kicking the dog. These little guys that you got, you're kicking them while they're down. You just stay over here and keep on kicking them, Frank. Just keep on kicking them. It's perfectly fine because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to keep over there gobbling up those little guys, and eventually, Frank Mooterwood, you're going to get one step closer to the edge of the Oxbraxy space up here, and as soon as you do, it's going to cause some tensions, and once those tensions expand, they're going to cancel that defensive alliance that they've got going with you, Mooterwood, and as soon as that defensive alliance is canceled, you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Bam! You get knifed right in the kidney park from a Perfidious Pete you didn't see sneaking up behind you. That's what happens. Right in the old kidney park there. Not even all the guitar-backed quality screamo music in the universe is going to be able to save you by then.
Construction complete.
Make sure that Transformers, the next one coming out, Revenge of the Fallen on the Dark Side of the Moon or whatever it is, we're going to make sure that one has a soundtrack. Speaking of which, by the way, soundtracks in Linkin Park and whatnot, are they like the official band of Michael Bay? I think pretty much Linkin Park is the official band of Michael Bay. What's his resource do? Bonus governing ethics attraction. You know what? That actually sounds like good. I kind of actually want that. What's a quantum destabilizer do? Offensive aura inhibitor. Huh. That's weird. What's an observatory? Terrible is what it is, but it would get it out of the... I really kind of like this. Governing ethics attraction. We can drug our citizens into liking our... basically criminal empire. You know what? Yeah, do that. Also, it only takes 18 months, so hell yeah. Did you call your own empire borderline criminal? Yeah, it did. I mean, we're definitely war criminals. I mean, we're eating some of our own citizens right now. It doesn't get much more war crimey than that. This is about as good as it gets. Plus, we just threatened to Frank Mooterwood. We just threatened to commit war atrocities on his people, and I am Frank Mooterwood. You guys are cows.
System survey.
I'm over here eating bugs and roaches. You don't think I'm looking to bite into a delicious steak after a long time spent eating bugs? You don't think I'm looking to get me a little Valdari steak, Frank? You're sorely mistaken, because I definitely want to get me some of that Valdari steak. I also really want to invade these primitive peoples, but can't really do that right now. So in the meantime, let's just go ahead and continue our survey. I was honestly hoping there would be... in this sector, I really wanted there to be another, smaller kind of ghetto empire that had expanded out this way so that I could just attack and vassalize them. But instead, we're going to have to, try and do this the hard way by conquering and colonizing all these freaking planets that take for damn ever. It's just big dull. Can't somebody have done the work for me? I need, a PUBG kind of motive going here. I want these other empires. You guys are supposed to be loot filtering for me. Don't you know how the loot filter thing works? You get all the good stuff, and then you walk into me all unawares. I shoot you in the face and take the good stuff. You guys need to be making that happen. Who is Commonwealth of Morocco? Why do you got a bunch of ships over here? I mean, I know one of our planets rebelled and joined your empire, which was frankly kind of funny because they joined right before we crushed you. Don't you have anything better to do with your time, though? I mean, really? Anything at all better to do with your time? I mean, I'm just over here building clam wreckers, so don't mind me. I don't know why I keep calling them clam wreckers, too. I mean, all of the clam men are been long dead and since devoured, but it's historical. It's just, it's one of those, it's tradition at this point, frankly. We call them the clam wreckers. Not out of a sense of laziness, because I'm too lazy to rebuild them. I mean, that's definitely not it. We don't do it out of a sense of laziness. We do it out of a rich sense of history and tradition. That's what's going on. How do I have a ship all the way over here? Woo, how did you even get over there? Where did this come from?
Colony established.
Yeah, how do I have a wormhole generator all the way over here? When did I build that? We established a colony. Okay, I mean that's nice. We're going to be establishing a lot more colonies. Speaking of which, if we have enough influence, and we do, we probably should be establishing a new colony. I'm actually thinking here in Rogaine Town. It's got a tropical world out here. It's not fantastic, but it's good enough to expand our borders unless this one is better. This has a 25 population savanna world. Well, you know what? I just sit here and queued up all that crap for you. That's a construction ship? Yeah, I just came out here and queued up a whole bunch of surveying for you, but honestly, let's stop that. And instead come over here and survey that system, and then just let me know when you're done, if you would. In theory, the smart move here would just be, you know what, let's just colonize them both. To hell with it. We don't need to screw around with this. Let's just colonize them both. You still have a bonus population here on Earth? You do. Good. Build me a colony ship. I mean, you get a clam wrecker in the works, which is nice. That's fine. Go ahead and build the colony ship when you're done. We're not going to give that colony ship a specific target. And you know what? St. Peter's here. You guys can build a colony ship, right? Yeah, do that. Like, we'll just crank out two. It's fine. We'll get them started. Get them in the works. Start churning them up now. Think ahead, Pete. We gotta be. This Frank Mooterwood is one clever cat. If you're gonna be tangling button horns with Mooterwood, and I mean that possibly literally, because again, space cow. But if you're gonna be button horns with, Mooterwood, you gotta be 6 moves ahead, man. You gotta be Bobby Fischer to his Boris Spassky. Or was it Gary? Wait, Boris Spassky? Was it Spassky Fisher, or was it Gary Kasparov?
Research complete.
Probably. I mean, it might have been both of them, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, so we got advanced afterburners. Fantastic. What do we want to replace that with? Let's pause for a second while we pick a new research. Fighter wings, I don't really care about. Flak battery. I mean, what do these even do? Basic bomber wings. They do pretty good damage. What's a flak battery? Point defense, kinetic. Okay. Armored torpedoes, swarmed missiles. I don't care about any of these. Corps of Engineers make military stations cheaper. I don't have any military stations, and I'm beginning to wonder, maybe I should build a couple. Which one of these can I get out of the way faster? Swarmer missiles in 20 months? All right, I want you off the list, swarmer missiles. I don't want you, I just want you gone. You're like an unwelcome house guest. I'm actually going to pay you to leave. We have unemployed people? Nobody's unemployed in the Peterian Empire. That's just not how this shit works. If you're currently unemployed, you just come to me. I'm a benevolent fascist dictator. I'm the benevolent dictator. You come to old Emperor Pete and say, Pete, I'm unemployed. My family, they're going to starve. I need something I can do to help them out. I'll be like, well, if you need work, brother, just tell the old Emperor Pete. What'll he do? He'll build you a factory to work in. If you need a job, man, we'll find you a job. I'll just go out and build a factory and you can work in it. You know what? Here, just Earth should be the crown jewel of our empire. I want Earth fully upgraded. Petersburg is likewise pretty much the crown jewel of our empire. I want it also fully upgraded. We're not doing anything else with these minerals, and just sitting on them is not really helping us out. We could also terraform another planet if we really wanted to. You know what we could terraform? Wasn't there one of these that was like a 25 population savanna world? Fool 1? No, what about the other planet, though? Yeah, I mean, this thing is huge. Planet's not within our borders, but as soon as we colonize that other planet, it will be. And I think maybe we'll use these energy credits and just terraform that big bastard into something amazing. I like that plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Alternatively, I mean, we could terraform one of the planets that we already sort of own and control, but by and large, I feel like we've got that. All of the planets that we've taken over so far are already pretty good. So we got our new ethics attraction. Satramine gas. I have to read this because I'm curious how it works. Gas is a naturally occurring stimulant found on some worlds. It has a calming effect on most beings and can be used as a non-violent way of pacifying hostile individuals. Its addictive nature is a well-documented side effect, so basically we discovered tobacco. Congratulations, Pete. You're Philip Morris now. You know what? Good. All right. Thank you for smoking, I guess. Hyperlane mapping. This lets us use hyperdrive technology if we want to. I kind of don't want to. What are capacitor fields? What do they do, though? Monthly shield regeneration. That's not that useful. 0 point power. What do you do? A 0 point reactor. It's real powerful from a reactor, but we already have more powerful reactors than we're even using. You know what? Fine. Mining drone lasers, you've been on our list for 100 trillion years. Please just go away now.
System survey complete. Tile blocker cleared.
The fact that we have left those and let them delay so long actually means we're overpaying for those technologies by a relatively catastrophic amount. Because if we had researched mining drone lasers when they first came up and knocked them out of the way, we could have had them done in like 2 days. They'd already be finished. There's another habitable world over here. Well, I mean, we're getting all kinds of... Ooh, this system's actually pretty good. All right, so what do you got? You got a tropical world. This is the one we want to colonize. All right, colony ship. Come on over here, and let's drop a colony on this bad boy. Drop a colony on him, Pete! It's not quite the same as dropping a train on him, but, you know, it's helpful. If you want to drop a train on something, you should probably conserve the train dropping dough for Frank Mooterwood. Let's go ahead and survey here, 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 and here. Pete, you've, you know, completely neglected your previous survey targets. Yeah, but we're going to have a colony over here, and when the colony fully develops, I want to be able to send my construction ships out to actually start doing something again. The idle bastards are starting to piss me off. They've just been back there sitting on our hands for months upon months upon months. We're paying upkeep for those guys. There's an ocean world out there we could likely colonize. You know what? Yeah, let's do that too. Is your colony ship done yet, Earth? No? Who's finished? Was it Petersburg? Is your colony ship done? You know what, Bill? No. We got plenty of places. I've decided this is it. I'm just gonna fully bloat out my empire. I'm going for full bloat meta. New faction. New faction has recently been gaining traction in the eternal political landscape of the Peterian Empire, led by Governor Mikhail Kuzin. They call themselves the Xeno Equality Network. Friendly relations with alien species, huh? Really? That's your goal, huh? I mean, can't really support that. Friendly relations with alien species? Friendly relations. Alien species. Friendly. Are there primitives on this planet? Oh, we could just invade this planet too. But also, well, I mean, hold on a second. This is a tundra world with steam age tech. We'll get it later. Let's go colonize their moon because it's funny. Yeah, so this is a big planet that has a habitable moon, and we're going to go colonize their moon. We don't have 43 influence. Yeah, we do. You say we're lacking 43 influence. We have 84 influence. What are you talking about? What are you on about? What are you, nuts? Just, here, just come, like, yeah, go. Just enter orbit. Wait, it says we need 128 influence to do that? Why? We should need 100. Is it because it's inhabited? Is that why? Because if so, if that's the case, I mean, we've got another target over here. We can always go colonize something else. We really need to get our influence up. The Popular Vote Society, the Prosperity Lobby keeps... I think we should just stop suppressing these guys. No, I don't want to suppress the... No. Stop. Turn off manage faction. We should suppress these guys because they're... Well, actually, they're 30% happiness. I mean, they hate everything we're doing. Indirect xenology. But they also like some of the stuff we're doing. They like that we're multicultural. They like that enclaves are incorporated. They hate that we're not welcoming AI refugees, pre-sentient survival, no purges. I mean, they're not giving us any faction happiness, but they're not costing us any either. They are attracting people, which is problematic. I'd really rather our population wind up in one of the other factions that was giving us more influence. Like the Banner of Triumph is really popular these days. I'm tired of suppressing factions. You know what? No, stop suppressing this faction. I would rather just get nothing out of these guys, and if some of our population bleeds over into it, I've been suppressing factions forever. I think maybe I'm just going to stop, because these factions aren't going away anyway. So suppressing them is actually not really getting us much. These guys are anti-autocratic. They're like free movement. They want reproductive freedoms and progressive castes. I mean, I'm not changing any of my ethics to suit you guys. You're still going to be ridiculously unhappy all the time. But I'm also just not going to waste influence suppressing you anymore. I don't feel it's useful. If you gain a little popular support and the court of popular opinion starts swaying your way, that's fine. I'm Perfidious Pete. I got Philip Morris on my side. Our governing ethics just got way more attractive because we'll give you a pack of smokes for free. We've wasted a ton of influence suppressing those, though, and I'm not doing that anymore.
Research complete.
That's good. What did we finish? The living state. All right, what's our new research option? Civic slots, Empire Capital Complex. Interesting. Clone armies, clone vats, cheaper war demands. I mean, clone army sounds pretty badass. What's a clone? Okay, vat clone clothes reach adulthood in a matter of months with natural lifespan. So what does this do, though? Of less than a decade, their lack of personal initiative is deemed an acceptable trade-off for their total obedience to the officers. Oh, it's a building. We gotta actually build clone vats. No, I don't really care about clone armies. This civic slots bonus thing, though, yeah, let's do that. The Galactic Administration, that seems useful.
System survey complete.
Okay, and the prophecy, you are built, and I think we were gonna send you over here to Kimhar, was it? An ocean world. Well, you know, let's just use the expansion planner and figure out where our best target is. Roganov 4, tropical world. You're where? I'm already being covered. Okay, 2A2. You're a 90% habitable continental world. You win then. Population 12. All right, colony ship. Head over here. Good old 2E2. You know what? Yeah, just go colonize that. Let's flop you. Oh, planetary administration, not on top of a Bethine power supply, because those things are amazing. Let's plop it right here. Can't call this one 2A prime, because this is going to be a human-only planet, and human-only planets get Pete names. We'll call this one Pete. It's like Butte, but, you know, with more salt and stupidity. Really, Pete? Do you honestly think you could be saltier than Butte? Okay, I mean, you challenged me on that one. I'm not sure. I mean, I think I probably can, but swarmer missiles are out of the way. Autocannons, how are you? Terrible. All right, let's knock you out as well, just in the hopes that you lead to something, like, vastly improved. Influence is skyrocketing now. It's actually up to 5. So Banner of Triumph is giving us even more influence. They must have picked up some extra people. Planets are all idle, which means we probably need to run a series of improvements. Also, shipyards are idle. I think here you guys do that. Spaceport. You know what? Let's get some more clam wreckers out here. There we go. 3 more big ships. We're not at our fleet cap, and while our fleet is idle, we actually have a pretty monstrous surplus of energy credits here. I did not mean to do that. I actually meant to scroll the outlier, but you know what? Look at the galaxy, man. The Peterian Empire is a freaking swarm here. We're really getting big. These guys are effectively ours. I mean, whenever we want, we can just go integrate them. I'm going to wait until we eat the other arthropods out of existence, which, by the way, should be coming up pretty quick. Like, that should be happening any day now, right? Planetary sensors, disruptors, shield hit points. You know, just here, again, we're just going to knock out a bunch of old garbage water technology and get it out of the road. I want it gone. We got a bunch of old trash technology that's not doing us any good, and suddenly the HIMSS Torch is also idle. Torch, what are you doing here? Why are you idle? Did you finish you finished all your surveys? Well, good for you. Good job. You know what? Good for you. Good for you. Good performance, of course, like in reality, just gets rewarded with additional responsibilities and more work, though. So, have fun. You did a bang-up job, champ. Now, here's like 25 more difficult tasks for you to do. Nothing ever finishes in the Peterian Empire. Just go back to expanding, then. I don't really like that we have idle colony ships over here. Can we colonize this yet? Colony ship? Just sitting in orbit? You wanna colonize Fuoa 2 here? 257. Because it's so far away? So what if we colonize the other one first, then? What if we go to the HMSS Prosperity here? And what if we try to colonize... What was it? Rogaine 4 over here, the hair loss control planet? Yeah, we'll colonize you instead, and that should bring us closer. Rogaine Prime, so, I mean, I was gonna say we'll put you in, like, where, I mean, we're running out of cities. The Empire's getting too goddamn big. Alright, let's go, we'll call you Petlahoma City. There we go. That's got you sorted. Who doesn't want to live in Petlahoma City? Come on down, old Petlahoma City. We'll show you a good time. Take you out to a rodeo. Petlahoma City's on their way.
Construction complete.
Okay, we got a bunch of clam crushers rolling out. We can really crank these ships out really fast. Like the clam wreckers, we can really bump these bad boys out at a pretty furious pace. Earth is still building one. St. Peter's, you know what? Build me a clam wrecker. We're not at our fleet cap, but we're getting close-ish. And we are going to be over our planet cap in a minute, which is fine, because what we're going to do is we'll just queue up a bunch of construction and whatnot on these planet surfaces. We'll give them the things we want them to have with our own minerals, and then we'll just immediately turn them over to a district once they've got tasks queued up, things to operate. We'll crack them into whatever district happens to be nearby. And then finally, we can unidle our construction ships and actually have them go freaking do something.
Construction complete.
I should have stopped suppressing these factions long ago. Long ago. I realized what a fool I have been and how much influence I have wasted suppressing factions that just don't matter. They're not drawing enough attention away from our other factions that it's really been a problem. I mean, they're really not gaining much popularity. And having those negative factions, it doesn't really hurt us at all. We might try to get them to go away in favor of getting a more beneficial faction, but so far, that's not really how it's worked. We was idle. Every time we crush a faction out of existence and get rid of one we don't want or don't care about, another equally odious faction just pops up. We never get like a net gain out of it. It's just like, oh, we get rid of one turd faction, we flush one turd, and then we come back and somebody else has left another deuce in a bowl. Just like, come on, man. It's filthy. Flush when you're done. That's all we're asking for. But if they're not gonna flush, you know what? I'm gonna stop subsidizing their behavior. Okay, auto cannons. Okay, what can we, like, literally anything that doesn't suck. Unlock station fortress. Whirlwind missiles, which I still don't want. Impulse thrusters. What do you do? Sublight speed, big bonus to evasion chance. Or we could just unlock level 5 spaceports and battleships, which I still kind of don't want. Screw it. Give me armored torpedoes then. Let's just get them out of the way. Maybe if we research all these crappy missile weapons, we can get a better kinetic technology. That would be nice.
Construction complete.
We are going to be fighting relatively soon, I feel like, and I wouldn't mind having some more powerful fighting weapons. You can research that anomaly when you're finished. That's fine. It's been a while since we've located any anomalies. Oh, hold on. Too many colonized systems. All right, so one of our colonies completed. Which one was it? Be whichever one is at the bottom of the ledger, right? Yeah, this is okay. So let's go here. This is our brand new planet. Planetary summary. What do we want to do with you? Wow, you grew a population really fast. So why are you unhappy? You landed in a brand new homeworld and you're already angry? You're mad because they're hostile fauna? I mean, you're a member of the good faction, too. Insufficient planet management. Well, here, just upgrade that. We can't upgrade to a planetary administration? Why not? We have more than enough minerals. Need at least 5 populations. Okay, well, fine. So, I would prefer you not be doing that, because we don't really need food at the moment. And I would like for you to build one of those really badass power plants that makes 1 trillion billion power. A Betharian power plant requires a planetary administration, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So, what do we... Well, here. You know what? Come down here, and we will build you a science lab. And I also want an auto-Cathonan monument, so build you basic science lab. You come over here, and I'm going to build you an auto-Cathonan monument because I want the unity. And then we're going to go recruit you some defensive armies. Have you just like 5 is probably enough. And then we're going to turn you over to the local district sector commander, which is in your case nobody. Really? No, this is an entirely different planet. This is where we just did all that stuff, right? Yeah. So stop it. Why do you keep doing that? There we go. So, we got to turn you over to whoever your local sector is, which in this case is going to be whatever district this is. So, this is district, what, 9? District 13, alright. So, let's go into manage district 13. Planets and sectors. District 13, you're getting some more planets. Not that you really need them, but, you know, you're getting some. So, here you go. I'm going to give you, I guess, Arse. I'm going to be forced to give you a Escon. And then you can pick up 2, and then you're done. Okay, sorted. That cost us a little bit of something, but it's, I think long term, we're going to be perfectly okay. I think we're going to wait until this fully expands and becomes a part of the Empire, because that should reduce the colonization cost of the one that we're doing over here. In theory, it said we had a distance penalty. A debris field. I mean, yeah, 3 extra minerals is fine. I'm glad you did a good job surveying out there and found us 3 extra minerals. I mean, if we have an unemployment again. Our explosive population growth, though, this planet, St. Peter's, is now fully up. I mean, it's done. We can't do anything else to this, and this guy doesn't even have a job. Well, you know what kind of job you really need over here, brother? We're good on energy, but we could really use some more science. So, yeah, you build a science lab. Everybody who's on a tile that has a mineral on it that isn't doing anything, build a mining network. And then I want you to build an actual mine. Oh, you know what? Build a mineral processing plant. I don't care about the 2 food. We're eating so many aliens right now. The 2 food is completely extraneous. Let's upgrade all of this, too, because, again, empires and crown jewels and whatnot. St. Peter's is like, what, our 3rd colony? Yeah, it's like the 3rd colony we ever built. So it is, in fact, definitely a crown jewel of the Empire. Upgrade. Earth, you all fully upgraded? All right, so we have our first 3 planets are now fully upgraded. How's the terraforming coming over here, by the way? 1,323 days. This place is going to go from shithole to paradise. We should probably upgrade it a little bit. It's not making an abundance of power, but I want you over here growing, because I'm going to build you. Oh, this place doesn't have an auto-Cathonan monument? Really? That's a significant oversight on my part. So first off, build a basic science lab. Then clear this tile, and we'll put an auto-Cathonan monument there in a minute. Do we want to do a whole pass of colony management? I mean... Okay, we'll do this planet because it's easy. Done. Fully upgraded. Petersburg now is also amazing. Upgrade your power plants. You don't really need a tile blocker cleared at the moment. Do you have an auto-Cathonan monument yet? Yeah, you got one somewhere. All right. Oh, it's right there staring me in the face. Just look, Pete. Open your damn eyes. Build a mineral processing plant. We don't really need any more food at the moment. Here, you just build a mine. Build a mining network. That's probably good for now. How's the fleet looking? 22,000, 22.6K, and we've still got almost 60 total fleet capacity at our disposal as well. Man, the Peterian Empire is ballooning out of control. I know this is dull shit to watch, but this is Stellaris. If you're not into this, maybe Stellaris is just like not the game for you. Proton torpedoes. Oh good, more useless torpedoes. Could you guys give me something that doesn't suck? What's quantum destabilization again? That's not terrible. Plasma accelerator is bad. Barrier point defense. You know what? That gets us another capacity potentially in kinetics, so I think we'll go with that. But I also think we're going to wrap this episode up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. What is that sound? My neighbor is detonating fireworks. First, he's trimming his hedges. Now he's detonating fireworks. It is the 17th of July, dog. You missed that shit by 2 full weeks. You got to knock it off. This guy, I'm telling you, the salt, my saltiness, just, it's unreal, unreal. This episode is over, though. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, etc. You might also consider subscribing as well if you want to see more of this. We will go back and crush Frank Mooterwood, but it's going to be a couple more episodes of just kind of a slow, expansive grinding here until ultimately the galaxy falls beneath us. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to go kick my neighbor in the dick. I'll see you again soon.